Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interestinglife.com. You're joining me on board good old Narrowboat Tilly, and today have I got a video absolutely crammed with boating footage for you. This is a recap of the first month after winter mooring ended for 2015, so there's been loads of great boating, there's been loads of fantastic days with friends and family out either on the boat or just in general in the countryside, and the second 2 weeks of the month have just been just absolutely incredible weather. As I record this at the start of May, it's pouring down outside and forecast rain for the next 24 hours plus. So it certainly didn't last, but April, it's just been absolutely amazing. So without further ado, instead of me showing you my ugly mug, let's actually get in there and look at some of these fantastic moments that made such a great month in general. As I'm recording this voiceover, there's an awful lot of rain hitting the boat roof, so I apologise for any general distortion and background noise there may be. But as you can see, the cruising season got off to a fantastic start with a trip over Chirk Aqueduct and then through the tunnels, which led me to then have this, the mighty Pontcysyllte Aqueduct, as part of my general walking commute up to get supplies from the little corner shop up in the village that's in the background there. And really, that set the tone for what was to come. Just great scenery and lots of time outdoors, as you would expect. Obviously, as this boat goes past to illustrate, with it being not only the start of the normal cruising season, but also Easter, it led to an extremely busy time on the canal too. On board, I was also extremely busy editing my first Narrowboat book and getting it ready to release with a proper full edited new version, and also, more importantly and more time consuming and devastatingly difficultly, record the audiobook of it. And as luck would have it, my nan and grandad went on holiday for a weekend or for a couple of days just as I was ready to start recording. So you can see here, I literally used all of their furniture to create a relatively echo-free recording studio to work in. And I've got to say, I was concerned at this point because it was seeming like I wasn't going to spend any time on the boat itself, as it was a huge amount of work to actually get all that sorted. But speaking of my nan and grandad, they joined me for this, the actual proper crossing of Pontcysyllte Aqueduct, which was in beautiful weather, really busy. We kept having to stop, as you can see here, to a complete standstill because there are just boats everywhere. There is nan and grandad holding Tilly to the side as I'm about to turn around and get stuck into the lift bridge. And really, that was one of the big turning points in the month where we first had some fantastic weather. Really, I think that nothing that I say could sum things up as much as all of the clips and things that you're about to see are. As you can see here, starting to actually move around starts to put my cycling commutes and trips to friends' houses and so on through all these different areas, and again the classic areas that I've been coming for many years. This was in town on the outskirts of Oswestry, again one of my favourite places, and I've been doing an awful lot of filming, as some of you may know. And when I say an awful lot of filming, I mean there's just so many videos of so many different styles that I've got ready to upload, and an awful lot of that is of places like this. I've got a time-lapse that was done from this tree, which didn't quite work out as planned, but mingled in with all of the general fun and games of playing outside in the sunlight was even more fantastic boating. And I just absolutely love this shot because it's just, again, it sums up how fantastic the canal can be, where you've just got the sun setting behind you, giving the trees these incredible golden colours and all this completely different lighting to what you're used to. And of course, some of you may know that this led to the unfortunate incident as I got to the lock that's just around that corner and broke down because there was so much there were basically so many of these weeds all wrapped around the propeller and all these clippings that the engine literally wouldn't work. Of course, one of the things I want to point out as well is that having all of these really warm, fantastic days and really clear skies has led to having some extremely cold nights as well. And you saw there just how much ice there was on the kayak, which is always the first thing to freeze up. But it just indicates how cold it truly is. Then again though, after having the fire roaring overnight, you wake up to a roasting boat because the sun has just been beaming against the entirety of whichever side it's facing against the boat for however many hours it is before you wake up, because now we've got the early sunrises again. So, one of the things that I think's definitely been a great advantage is having this brilliant weather coincide with just when the longer days and the longer drawn out nights are starting to really take hold and give you a meaningful extra amount of daylight. So you can see there's been great moments in the kayak as well as the bike and the boat and by boot as well. And something I've really enjoyed doing is heading out with a certain friend, going basically being picked up from the boat and then driving up to different places and enjoying sunsets and so on. Again, this is another completely random place that I was walking out at my dad's neck of the woods, where again I've got videos that are individual, proper in-depth of all these different places that I've been over April. And again, just look at the weather. It's been so dry and so hot up until the start of May that it's been starting to get like hazy and dust in the air from just how bone dry every air's been getting. So it really has just been fantastic. And again, the fact that there's so many different little clips from all over the place, not just on the canal, not just at Western Rin or around Oswestry, all over the place. That tripod was very high up there filming. And again, you might notice from that little clip of the day that me and a friend did a decent little boat trip where I was filming and testing out filming from a much higher point of view, as you could see from how high the tripod was precariously balanced on top of the boat there, that it was typical that had to happen on the day that it wasn't a beautiful sunny day. Here again, this is another one of these random sunsets up from a little hill in the local area looking across the Shropshire Plains. And of course, the weather, although exceptionally good, was not entirely perfect, but ultimately the last part of April was more passing showers where you'd have, well, you're about to see one of my favourite clips that I've ever got from the canal, where basically you can see here it's wet and it's a bit grey and it's been raining, maybe a little bit of rain even still falling. But when we look through the front windows, wow, the sun again beaming through from behind, so it's lighting up all the trees and everything as perfect as it could possibly be. I know it's not quite in focus, that's a little bit of footage, but moving across to there, the strongest, most perfect rainbow and that extra second rainbow. Oh, fantastic. Again though, that then passes into these perfect clear nights, and again, if you need any more evidence of why it's been so cold at night, looking at these skies and being able to pick up a couple of planets as well as the moon on camera really show just how clear, and then as such how cold it's been to go with it. Yeah, really, like I say, this is just me just trying to put in loads and loads of footage and loads of clips of all the different things that I've been doing. And like I say, it's been these trips with various people up these hills to watch the sunset and wander around different areas. Obviously all of the usual bits of canal scenery. And of course, well, I've now declared that I am waging the war on ageing, and I absolutely love just things like this. This jump doesn't look that big. The reason that I got it in slow motion was because I genuinely didn't think that it was... Oh well, I didn't think I was going to make it, so I just wanted to see the slow motion splash of me landing feet first into the water. But I can't believe I actually made it. That's definitely wider than a lock, I would say. That's definitely got to be, well, it's the absolute limit of how far I could jump that particular one. And here, I know this video is just me randomly trying to catch up with the clips, but here you're seeing the trip down, or a very short, a few clips of the trip down the Montgomery Canal, where I've ended the month of April. So it's been a good sort of, I think I've done about 25 miles of travelling, so that's been pretty nice. And like I say, just fitting in these different areas and revisiting some of the classic places from last year, and now finding a few more extra and even more private places. Again, this was the same day that you saw that grey bit of footage of boating from just a moment ago, and again, I mean, when it's ending in such perfect conditions as this, what more can you want? And I've got to say, I've been extremely lucky with the week off that I've had. So basically about 12 days off work, and it was so much of this great weather. I spent so much of it just on and around the boat rather than, well, because I was doing so much filming, it was literally just do a bit of writing, do a bit of filming, go out for a walk, go out for a paddle in the kayak. I mean, for about 4 days my bike had a puncture while I was on the boat, which is extremely rare for me not to get it done straight away, because I like to bike to town or bike to my friends. But it was having people come out to the boats, which I've been lucky enough to have enough people either with bikes or with cars to really get a lot of people out and about and just enjoying the areas that I do. And I've really enjoyed just sharing it with people. So I suppose as the sun now is setting on this little clip, I will hand over to myself back on the boat. I want to draw this video to a close with just a great big thank you to all of you for tuning in and watching these videos. Again, it's been unbelievable to see April. I'm not sure the exact figure, but the channel's had something like, it's over 140,000 views. So again, that's just crazy, and I just can't imagine what on earth there is going on in the world that so many people are stumbling across these videos and so many new people subscribing and that. And just hello to all the new people. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, and please do check back all the old videos. And it's 800 videos or something online now. Again, it's just crazy to think that over the years that's built up on this channel. So just thank you, and thank you to everybody who's been following these videos for years. It is just incredible. So thank you all so much just for even spending a moment to watch these videos. And of course, thank you to everybody who's checked out my books for the Kindle and all that sort of stuff. And thank you to the people who supported me on Patreon. I hope you enjoyed the first ever monthly blog post over there. And if you signed up for the handwritten wax sealed letter, then that has been sent out to you today after the bank holiday weekend. I thought I'd leave it a day just to actually not hopefully have it all mixed up in the mad rush of the post office having a day off. Oh yeah, that's obviously only appropriate if you're watching this video the day that it actually went live, because I'm not obviously right. If you're watching this in 150 years in the future, I'm unlikely to still be here doing these videos and writing letters. So ultimately, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all of the support. It is just absolutely crazy. In the end, like I say, I think it's something over nearly 500,000 minutes watched in April. That's just absolutely unbelievable. So thank you so much for everything. I'm not going to do all the book plugs and all the rest of it, but if you do want to support me on these various things and all that, then please check out all the links in the description, and you'll find just everything boat-worthy that I do. And until the next time, I'm just going to say an absolutely massive thank you. Hopefully we can have more months like the one just gone, and I hope you'll continue to tune in and see just what I've got up my sleeve, because at the moment I've literally got just dozens and dozens of videos in the works or already uploaded to YouTube ready to go live. So thank you so much for everything. Keep it boat worthy, have a fantastic day, and of course, farewell.